Conway's Game of Life. Many of you probably know it. It is a cellular automation, a simulation of life, governed by a set of rules. The rules are defined in various different ways depending on the implementation, but I think the most common one is the two neighbors or three neighbors give birth, three neighbors remain alive, less than two or more than three, and the cell will die. This creates a system that appears automated and lifelike. Usually it's in two dimensions, X and Y. But an idea occurred to me that we could extend it into three planes, red, green, and blue. And by tweaking the rules, we could get a different set of reactions out of it. The idea behind this one is that each plane, red, green, and blue, basically on its own performs just like a standard game of life. But each plane is also aware of the pixel directly above and below it. That is, red is aware of green, green is aware of blue, and blue is aware of red, and of course the same in the other direction. Each cell, every cycle, figures out how many neighbors it has on its own, as well as the number of neighbors that are on the additional planes. The rules that govern it on its own plane are standard. The rules that govern it on the extra planes are slightly different. I tweaked the rules quite a bit to get the configuration you see right now, and the different outputs were very varied, and I finally settled on this configuration. As you can see, it tends to fall back into some kind of equilibrium. No matter how many times I reset it, it will never underpopulate or overpopulate. It seems to have this self-regulating mid-ground. And you'll see here in a moment when I add extra planes, it will turn green or blue on top of whatever red is already there. Now, you're witnessing a standard game of life at the moment. But when I add an additional plane of color, you will start to see a change towards equilibrium. There were a lot of various different configurations I played with. Some of them were just completely chaotic. A screen of busy mess that was impossible to discern from static. Others created various different grid-like patterns that were repeating over and over again. Crystalline in repetition, if you will. But the pattern you're seeing here, for lack of a better word, is colorful and bubbly. I'm going to make the source code available for other people who want to play with it. I'm not sure how much interest there is in the various different cellular automation programs. They've been done a lot. And this particular one, the idea occurred to me, but in my simple researching, I couldn't find where it had been done, at least not in this way. There are plenty of more modern implementations of cellular automation software, but Conway's Game of Life, done in this way, I just never did find it. It may be out there somewhere and I just failed to stumble upon it. I don't know. But if you want to give this a go, I will have the source code available soon. Check my Patreon for further notice. I'm probably going to clean it up a little bit. There's still a few more things I would like to add. Right now, clicking on a cell does affect one layer at a time. And you can select all layers, but the behavior doesn't perform the way you would think it does, so it's probably a bug in some way I've implemented the adding a cell. Still, the performance that it gives is promising. I like what I see, and I think this is a fun variation on the classic implementation that produces unique and interesting results. So if this is the sort of thing you're into, keep an eye on it, and you should be able to download the source here in a few days. Thank you for watching. Have fun, and eat more sausage.